Hey everybody, how are you doing? Welcome to Magic Universe. Okay, so we're gonna do a message from Universe today, and the message is vibrating at this soft purple. Just adjust the angle a little bit, and we're gonna start with Tarot of Mystical Moments. How are you all doing? Whoa! So this flew out, awesome. Queen of Wands. Very bright happiness, creativity, beauty. Seeing beauty in yourself and also seeing beauty in the world around you. Lots of happiness coming from that sunflower that she's holding. Really, really nice. Kind of almost like showing off too. Not in a bad way, but just like having pride in yourself, right? I'm seeing that in the peacock feathers on her dress. Kind of like knowing that you're awesome and showing that, letting that emanate from you. That's really cool. And I feel like just emanating that essence of you out there is going to bring you opportunities. So if we're talking about like relationships, it could be suitors, like people being attracted to you. If it's business, work, career, that kind of a thing, then it could be those kinds of opportunities. But just like bringing you connections with other people of all different sorts. That's a very nice energy. And I'm seeing in how she's holding the stem of the flower there that you're recognizing how the connection with how the brighter that you emanate your joy, the more higher levels of relationships, of connections come to you. Like you're starting to see that relationship between how your energy runs and what comes to you. And I'm seeing that when you recognize that, or as you're recognizing that, you changing your energy and what comes to you, there's a smile that comes on your face, like this inner knowing, this kind of like, I'm getting it, I'm getting how all of this works, this extra level of joy of just understanding the process, not just in receiving manifestations, but actually getting how the process of manifestation works. So it's not about the things anymore. Now it's about like, I get to really play in this arena, in this world, in a whole different way because I know how I'm creating things. So that's really cool. One more. Two of Wands. Now that you know how things work, now you can set like almost like brand new plans, or maybe it's the same goals that you have, but like a different way of achieving what you're wanting to create. And now you have the world in your hands, right? Because now that you know your power, now that you know how everything works, how the universe works, you're like, I can create a brand new reality for myself. I can, like, all of my dreams, the moon symbolizing your dreams, right? All of my dreams can come true. I can make all of them come true. And you're kind of like on top of the world, like she's sitting on the roof of the house. I'm on top of the world and I'm creating my world. And just dreaming more dreams, coming up with even more stuff because you're unlimited now. Is there one more here? No. Okay. Let's go to the next deck. Notes from the universe on love and connection. Yeah, and again, if you look at the lighting on this card, it kind of looks like she's in the spotlight too, the spotlight of the moon. I'm just looking at it as in like an artist, right? Like if it were the spotlight of the moon, the shadow should be on this side, but that's just me being with the artsy eye. But it's supposed to be like how this there's a glow right here. It's supposed to be from the moon. That's so funny. But yeah, but how she's in the spotlight, and generally with the Queen of Wands, it talks about the Queen of Wands being in the spotlight, being seen, right? Some of you might actually be teaching the manifestation process, teaching how you're creating your life. Like you'll get to a certain point where you become a master at this, and you'll be teaching other people how to do this. How did, I created this business. Like how did I create this business? And you'll be teaching your manifestation secrets, the keys to how to create the life that you want, how to create happiness in your life, things like that. So some of you might be like spiritual teachers, or some of you might be like coaches of some sort, right? Okay. Dwell on what you love. And I feel like this goes with the Two of Wands. And when you're making your plans on how you want to create and stuff like that, the more you focus on your goal, the more you focus this energy onto your goal, the more it will magnify it, and the speed at which it will show up will grow exponentially. Exponentially. There's one more from this deck. Oh, this popped out. Oh, I love this. Those you love, love you. I think that just speaks for itself. But I feel like within the context of what we're talking about here, like the relationships that you make right here where you're attracting the people to you, you can actually focus specifically on specific people that you might want to meet. So say you have certain people that maybe you only know them through the internet or something like that, right? And you're like, wow, this person's really awesome. I feel like I could learn a lot from this person, and you want to meet somebody like that. And if you will focus your energy on that person, and you can actually create yourself meeting these people or this person that that maybe they're like your idol or something like that. You can actually meet these people. And so it's like those you love, those you focus your love on, they'll in return be attracted to you. Not necessarily in like a romantic way, but in terms of like energy attraction, right? The universe will bring the two of you together in order to meet on the physical plane. That's what I feel like this is about. Okay. And then we have Oracle of Shadows and Light. Very positive energies in this message today. I love how all the colors work together too. All the colors that are in this card, like it's all the greens and purples and oranges and even this purple. They all show up on that card. Okay. From death comes rebirth. I am Callie. So this talks about So sometimes, you know, when your when your energy is moving higher and higher, there may be certain things or other relationships that you may need to kind of detach yourself from, right? And like maybe at a lower point in your life you meet certain people, or you engage in certain activities or something like that that are of that other vibration, and now as you're raising yourself to a higher and higher frequency, that those activities or those people, those relationships don't quite work for you in the same way anymore. And I feel like there needs to come some kind of like a death cycle, meaning like the ending of a cycle with these people or things, and a rebirth into this new higher frequency. So when I was doing my psychic training, they taught this thing called like create and destroy. And so what you would do is you would envision the energy of the thing that you're wanting to, quote, destroy, right, to end, right? And so you envision it in, you can just use some kind of like either a bubble or a rose or something like that, and see a picture or a color of that thing, or you know, or of that relationship, or of that activity or something like that. And what you could do is like place an image of that within the container of the rose or a bubble or something like that, and then you send it far away and you pop it, or you send it far away, put a bomb underneath it and blow it up into smithereens, right? And you know, this is all using your imagination, but imagination is powerful. It's your changing energy, you're shifting energy with your with the visual representation of that energy, right? So you create the image and then you send it out there and you destroy it, and that like clears out a lot of things that are stagnant in your own space, in your aura, in your energy field, right? And then you can replenish, like put back the stuff that you want to create back into your energy, so you can envision another scenario that you want to create, that you want to bring into your life, right? So you create another rose or bubble, and you see an image of what you do want to create in there, and then you bring that rose or bubble into your aura, and you kind of like fill yourself up with that energy. So this just kind of makes me think of that, like the create is the rebirth and the destroy is the death, right? So you can try doing that if you like. Next one, the tarot box. And this flew out. Four of Cups. And, oh, where did it go? I thought I felt a card pop out, but I can't see it. How weird. Watch me stand up later and there'll be a card right there. If that happens, I'll show it to you. I swear I thought a card popped out. Okay. Oh my gosh! Speaking of, so I feel like maybe some of you might be caught up in this death and rebirth cycle right here, the create and destroy thing, where you're focusing on things ending, or focusing on how to get rid of something, or say something's not working out in your life, you're kind of over it and you're like, oh, how do I get rid of this thing? And you're kind of just too focused, too concentrated on that portion of the process, and you're feeling a little stuck on you don't know how to get rid of this thing, or that you've been cycling through the same pattern over and over again. You just don't know how to bring yourself out of it. I feel like the Four of Cups is talking about that. And the Death card, I feel like your spirit is just saying, just end it. Like, don't worry about the details too much of how to do it like the perfect way, or how to an example would be, if you're cleaning your house and there's just clutter, and you're holding something and you don't know whether, you're not using it anymore, it doesn't really serve you anymore, but you don't know how to get rid of it. Like, do I donate it, do I throw it in the trash, like, and you can bring yourself into a lot of confusion, or just feeling stuck because you're not sure how to get rid of this stuff, right? It's like, well, it's still usable for somebody, or something like that, and it just, sometimes you get caught up, and then you get overwhelmed because there's just too much stuff and you just don't know what to do with them. That kind of feels like that. And the death card is showing up saying, it doesn't matter, just get rid of it. Like, if you look at it and that thing is not really, you haven't used it in years, just get rid of it. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Even if you throw it in the trash, it'll find its way to where it needs to go. Somebody who digs through trash looking for treasure will find it and be able to use it, if you're worried about, extending the life of it, right? It'll go somewhere. It'll go to its right place. You don't need to worry too much about the process of how you're getting rid of the thing. Just use the what is this called? The scythe or something like that. Just cut it. Just cut it. It's fine. Don't think too much about it. I'm using that example because last week's message, at the very end, it talked about cleaning your space and cleaning your house, cleaning your room or whatever. And I've been cleaning my room. And I've been going through that exact process of like, I don't know how to get rid of this. Okay. Oh, this is from the Psychic Tarot Oracle. New beginnings! Oh my gosh, this is so perfect! Is there another one? Yeah, there's another one. This is so perfect in just what we're talking about. Love begins! Okay. So New Beginnings is also the Fool in Tarot. And Love Begins is also the Ace of Cups, okay? So we were just talking about that, with the death comes the rebirth, which is a new beginning. And it's like, after you complete the cycle of death, this cycle of getting rid of whatever needs to be, gotten rid of, right? Then you're a whole new, fresh person with a whole new, fresh outlook, with a whole new, fresh perspective. And I love that the world here shows up as the world here. So it's kind of like, in this phase where you're recognizing your power and you're like planning on how you're going to create your reality and stuff like that. So you focus your energy, you get rid of the stuff that you don't need anymore, and now you're a fresh new person, and now you can actually step onto the world that you are creating now. In here it was just imagination, in here it was just planning. Now you're physically stepping out into the world and going, I'm ready for this. And it's like the staff that you're holding here is the staff that you're holding here with the sunflower, right? You're using this energy that you've learned in this phase right here, and I'm gonna bring that sunflower, my tool, out into the world, and I'm all packed and ready, and I'm ready to step forth and do my thing. And love begins is about those like relationships that we were talking about over here. So it could actually be actual romantic love, right? Or it could be love of, like we were talking about over here, where people are just attracted to you for all sorts of different reasons, like if it's for a business contact, if it's for, like they look at you, feeling your energy, right? The universe bring you guys together, and you come together, you meet, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect person for me to do business with, and you guys totally get along. It's like That's what this is about, is that your energies match at that high vibration, and you basically fall in love with each other in a sense that this is the person that I want to work with. And so it could be something like that, right? Or you could be making friends, but basically the energy is really high for you to connect with other people and to connect with the world right here that you're stepping into. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Yep, new beginnings of all sorts. Okay. Wings of Wisdom. Kingfisher. Okay. Ooh, poise, prosperity, happiness. Affirmation: I am rich with abundance, blessings, and grace. That is so cool. And that's the exact purple of the message right there. And it's funny because I don't remember if I told you, but I'm reading you from green. So this has the green and the purple in there. And it has all the other colors that we were talking about too, the orange. Wow. Awesome. Okay. Positive changes are due to happen in an area you're currently concerned about. Yay. This may be in your love life, finances, living arrangements, relationships, or matters of emotional, psychological, and physical well-being. Put your faith in brighter days ahead. Open your heart. Give yourself permission to be free. The simple practice of mindfully paying attention to one task at a time will help you relax and recognize the blessings that seek entry to your world. That's talking about this part right here, like one thing at a time, right? What would it take to make you laugh and feel joy again? Embrace this. So, good things are coming. Good things are coming. I'm seeing using this affirmation, if you want to say it to yourself in the mirror every day, or like writing it down. There's this thing that I saw in a book where you write down what you want 15 times in a row every day. Like once a day, write it 15 times, and until you receive the thing that you're asking for. But I see something like that with this. So if you want to use this affirmation and just write it 15 times every day, and to help yourself change your energy, and to come into this abundance and blessings and grace, right? Or you can say it in the mirror if you like. But I feel like this is going to be very helpful for you to bring yourself into this vibration, into this energy. And the next one is Wisdom of the Oracle. Yeah, I feel like for some of you who aren't quite stable or steady in this Queen of Wands energy yet, where maybe you're not quite seeing the... I feel like sometimes you reach the high vibes, but you're not able to maintain it, and so your energy kind of goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down. Universe is saying to you to not feel bad about that, and to focus on that positive changes are coming. They're due to happen in an area of your life, but it's due to happen. Positive changes are coming, and to focus on that to help you kind of like steady the vibration. Because I don't feel like you don't ever get happy, but like that maybe you do get happy, you're there for a little while, but then like you dip down sometimes, and then you kind of feel like, oh, I'm not really making any progress. But this is letting you know that it's going to get better. It's going to get better, and you are making progress. Okay. There's like, you know, if you're stuck in this cycle right here where, you know, things are ending, or you're trying to end things and to move on to there's a new beginning coming. Like, this is new beginning here, new beginning here. Don't worry about it. It's coming. For sure. For sure, for sure. And you just have to know it. You just have to know it for yourself. I'm seeing that. Check this out. This is so interesting looking at colors, right? The blue of Kali is like the blue right here that some of you might be just kind of like in this process right now, in that kind of death ending cycle process, right? But then the purple is right on the outer edges. All these other colors are right on the outer edges. So you're kind of like working your way out through all those colors. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Wisdom of the Oracle. Co-create. Yes. Co-creating with all of the people that you'll fall in love with over here. I'm seeing the energy of the world that you're creating right here, your reality right here in this egg that you're going to co-create with other people. And it's like there's so much fun that's coming for you when you're creating with other people. You're not only is it with other physical humans, but also with like the non-physical energies that are playing with you too. Your non-physical team, your spirit team that's creating with you too. There's going to be a lot of great things that are going to come out of the creativity that happens. You know, we were talking about creativity up there with the Queen of Wands. And it's like, if you look at, is this a cheetah? This might be a cheetah or a leopard. I don't know. But this animal right here with the print right here. And then there's part of the owl in there too. So it's kind of like mixing the DNA, right? Mixing your creativity with other people's creativity to create amazing, amazing things. And it makes it more fun, and it makes it more solid. It makes it more kind of like you have your talents and your skills that you put into something, and then another person or other people will put in their talents, and it just makes that project stronger. Like whatever it is that you guys are creating, it makes it stronger. Okay, one more. Yes, fire it up. Taking action. Yeah, lots of creativity. This always makes me think of the Ace of Wands too. It's like inspiration, creativity. Lots of power in that. Lots of power in that. What was underneath here? I'm seeing, we were talking about create and destroy here. I'm seeing that so this is how energy works. The lower the energy gets, so say you're looking at a wave, right? It's a low energy, high energy, right? The lower something gets, the higher the bounce is from it. So wherever you are here, whatever frequency that you're at, it creates even more of an explosion when you get to this new beginning. And notice this is a number one card, right? And we're talking about like Ace of Wands, and this is Ace of Cups. So it's yet another beginning. You have like 3 new beginnings right here. And it's like, universe wants me to illustrate for you that wherever you are here, if you're in, you know, I don't think that you guys are in the depths of despair, but say, just for example, to make it to make it a clear illustration by making it a really, really low energy, right? So if you're at a really, really low energy, at that point you're actually creating a really, really high bounce from that. So once the death cycle is over and you get to your new beginning, the thing that comes to you is going to be like that much greater. So say if you're kind of like medium, right? You're kind of like, I'm okay, bored kind of energy. What you create, then it's just like a little bit better. But if you're like really deep down negative, what you're creating is like boom, all the way up here. Okay. So not to say that, you know, if you're just a little bit bored or you're kind of content that what you're creating is not going to be good, it's still going to be good, but the satisfaction that you get from it won't be as much as if you were kind of down lower and you bounce up. So kind of like say if you're like really thirsty or really, really hungry, when you actually then get to drink something or eat something, there's that huge satisfaction that comes from it. Whereas like if you're not really that hungry and you kind of make yourself eat something, like, yeah, it might taste kind of good, but then it's not like super duper satisfying. Like you just eat a little bit. You don't eat like a full big meal, right? It's kind of like that. So which is not to say that you need to get yourself in the lowest despair in order to get great somethings, because you can always just like work a little bit incrementally all the way up. But this is just a message from universe to those of you who might be feeling like, I've been here for a while, you know, or that I'm really not feeling that great. They're saying, don't despair. Whatever you're creating right now is amazing when it comes, you know. So it's not, they're just letting you know that whatever energy that you're at, it's not a waste, because what's happening at that energy is that you're actually creating amazing things. It comes from that place. That energy bounce comes from that place. Okay, so don't feel like that you've been here for so long and you're wasting time, because you're not. You're actually creating a lot of amazing things in your vibrational reality that is ready to come for you. Okay, so that when this cycle is over, when this death cycle is over and it ends and a new beginning comes, then all the great stuff is going to come in. All right, so they're just letting you know you don't need to feel bad about being here. Okay. And last one, Whispers of Love. So, you know, I mean, that message might not resonate with all of you. Some of you might actually be in this really high Queen of Wands energy and be, you know, pretty consistent up here and actually be creating already and getting excited about your new beginning. And actually, if you're always like more consistently in this high vibe, you'll actually be psychic about it. You'll see all this stuff coming. So all the stuff that we're saying right here, you'll be like, oh yeah, I know that's coming. And you're excited about it. So it just depends on where you are. Since we're reading a group. Okay, last one. Spiritual connection. This is so perfect. A relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. So, for some of you who are looking for this, and spiritual connection can again be talking about romantic connection, could be talking about like a friendship, could be talking about a business connection, or any other kind of connection, maybe like a student mentor kind of connection. Like, you know, this energy has shown up in all of these places right here with the Queen of Wands. We had talked about that, and these new beginnings right here, and especially like love begins. Those who love you. That's a spiritual connection, right? So I feel like you're creating this. You're creating this with for some of you, it might be like that one romantic partner that you've been wanting, that you've been having your eye on, focusing on. Maybe it's not a specific person yet. Maybe it's just still in energy form, and you're just wanting a partnership with somebody. But it's coming into fruition, and for most of you, I feel like this is more than one person. So that as your energy gets higher and higher, just all of your relationships, all the different types of relationships that you have with people will become more spiritual, in a sense that their energies will harmonize with yours. The universe will bring these people to you that are of your similar energy, of that high vibe. And a lot of them, you'll meet them and you'll be like, don't I know you from somewhere? And it's because you knew them from the non-physical, you know. A lot of times before we come onto physical earth, when we're spirit, right, in spirit form, there will be people from the same collective, from the same energy or a similar energy, that say, hey, let's come down to earth and we'll co-create, we'll create together. And so you guys might be family members coming down together, right? Or you might be people who meet later in life. And so I feel like this is talking about people that you're meeting later on in life. You're going to form these spiritual connections, and you'll be like, I feel like I know you. I feel you're so familiar. Let's create some happiness together, you know, in all its different forms, right? What a great message, you guys. This is really, really nice. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.